So, Naja.
Good morning, you're watching iAfrica TV, and this is a special coverage on the ongoing by-election happening in Nyamina West and Kirjarga. In the studios here, I'm accompanied by my colleague Amadou Kante, who will be giving you a rundown of what is unfolding in Nyamina and Kirjarga. And of course, we will also be joined by our various correspondents who are right now stationed in these designated areas to give us a rundown of what is unfolding in Nyamina and Kirjata. This by-election was prompted following the demise of Demba Jao, who died, Demba Sow rather, Demba Sow, who died on January this year when he was on an official meeting in Morocco, and also following the resignation of the GDC party member who was on the seat for the chancellorship in Kirjarga after joining NRP in May this year as well. Amadou.
Right, thank you very much, Sona. Good morning, and good morning to our viewers. Like you say, it's election day in the Gambia. It has been very, very eventful days, as you know, in the U.S. Everybody was talking about U.S. election over the past days, and today, Saturday, the 7th of November, it has been the day that we have been waiting also here in the country, and then, you know, we talk about the Nyamina West by-elections. Of course, is a parliamentarian seat, as you mentioned, which was, of course, you know, under the name of the GDC. And today they are contesting the seat against, this time against NPP
for the first time.
For the first time. And we will, of course, talk more on that later or as the program goes. And of course, you talked about the Kirjarga ward. It's about councillorship, as you said, which was also held then by the GDC, who resigned and joined President Barrow's NPP, you know, that is of Alpha Khan. So it's a very interesting day. We hope it's going to be in the Gambia. So we'll keep you updated. We'll keep you posted as we go on this, should I say, the whole day as far as the election is concerned.
It is indeed very interesting, as the NPP is contesting for the first time, and this is going to serve as a test for them to weigh their political powerfulness in the country. The NCC for the first time taking part in this election is something that is very interesting, and it's making a lot of impact in the country right now.
Yeah. Absolutely, it has been a very, very vibrant moment in the Nyamina West. You know, over the past couple of weeks or so, you know, political figures has been, you know, pouring into the region or into the area to canvass for votes, to campaign, and of course support whatever candidate you support or you think you know, you want to win this parliamentarian or should I say this you know, seat. Is going to be very interesting, like you said. It is the first time for NPP, and there has been a lot of talk around. It's going to be a test for President Barrow's newly formed party. What's going to happen, no one knows. But against its, you know, should I say NPP against GDC. But then again, interestingly, we have other parties who are also in solidarity either with GDC or NPP. And we are also going to look at that. And again, it's also good to say that, considering that the seat was you know, held by GDC, we understand that you know, we understood that of course GDC is a stronghold, or Nyamina West is a stronghold for GDC.
They have a greater chance in
so,
here.
What's going to happen, like I said, once again, we cannot tell. But
it will
you know,
depend on the results at the end of the day that will be announced by the IEC.
Yeah.
For sure.
So this is going to be interesting today, like you said. But we just want to briefly, tell you about the history of the candidates and all that. But before that, I know we will. I'll just allow you to continue.
Yeah, we will cross to our
now.
correspondent in Nyamina West right now, Mariama Cham, to give us an update on what is happening there. Mariama.
Good day, Sohna and Amadou.
Good morning, Mariama. How are you? So, how is the political atmosphere in there right now?
It's been great for the time being because it is interesting to the polling stations at 7 a.m. waiting for the IEC officials to open the polling stations.
Have you seen around any
right
of
now,
the party leaders coming forward?
Come again?
Has any party leader cast their vote?
Yes, they did. They did. Both candidates just left. Yeah, the NPP candidate, that is Yoro Jallo, came first, cast his vote, and also has one or two things to discuss with the journalists, telling us how optimistic his party is and himself. By latest hours at 6 p.m., he said they will be declared winner. And so as the NPP candidate, Biram Sow also said that he's optimistic and he is confident that they will win this election in Nyamena.
So what has been the overall turnout right now? Is it encouraging?
Yeah, it is encouraging, but somehow it is kind of disappointing in the side of the youth because the turnout of the youth is so low. It's very, very low here in Nyamena, Sambang, in the district called Sambang. That's where we are currently giving you the live update right now. So the turnout was so poor, but women seriously came out, to show that, they really want somebody to.
So were you able to talk to any of the candidates?
Yes, we did. We after they have casted their votes. Sohna, are you getting me?
There are some technical issues we're facing right now, but we will go with a short insert of one of the candidates.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you all. Good morning, all media.
MC, we want to introduce you.
Thank you very much for the correction. Like I said, always, I am pretty much certain that the victory is ours, and 100% confident that it's mine.
100% confident, but in the event that you lose, will you accept?
Of course I will accept, but I can assure you that would never happen.
What makes you feel so confident that you 100% will win?
Yeah, the reason is Nyamena West is a GDC stronghold. We've been winning all elections in here. We have two parties in here, that is the GDC and the UDP. So the UDP leaning their support on the GDC, that's going to be hands down. It wouldn't change nothing. I can assure you it wouldn't change nothing, the stronger the party becomes. Yeah, it wouldn't change nothing. That is why I give you the confidence victory is ours.
So how do you feel giving your house coming in here?
Say that again?
How do you feel giving your house coming in here?
You can see I am so excited. I feel so happy to be here. No stress. I have the confidence, yeah. Yeah, I want to say one thing about an event that happened. I am a little bit disappointed, good about the IEC. The reason is, IEC said campaign should have stopped at on the 5th, 12 midnight on the 5th. So yesterday we had this, we have information that the NPP guys were going around campaigning at midnight, around night in the night time. So I called the IEC CEO, Mr. Sambuja. I called him and I give him the report. What he told me was, look, we cannot stop them. We cannot stop them. The thing is, we are stopping the usage of PS system. I told Mr. Sambujang, that's not what you said. Then it means IEC don't understand the language that they put on paper. The language that you said, campaign should stop on the 5th. So in any form, telephone campaign, house-to-house campaign, rally campaign, or whatsoever should have been stopped. So when I gave him this when I reported this matter to him, this is what he responded to me. I was so disappointed, and knowing that we cannot do nothing to that, our people were home. Then everybody said, okay, since that is what they said, then we also have to go out and campaign. So our people went to Nana. They were patrolling, talking to people and things like that. So they came across. They met Sidi Njai. When they met Sidi Njai in there, he was so panicked. That was Sidi Njai. So he called, because my guy had only one car. So he called a reinforcement from NPP. They brought about 5 pickups. A lot of people. They are not even people from Nyamina. They attacked my people and they stabbed one of my lad. That was serious. And nobody causes it. IEC is held responsible. Because they should have stopped when I gave them the report, but they refused. They said they cannot do nothing to that, and the language they put on paper was, campaign should stop on the 5th, right? But when they are going out campaigning and we give them the information and they said we cannot stop them, it means then they are lying to the people. And the other thing is, the other person, one of my supporters, took a motorbike. He was also going. He went to a village, a nearby village called Sammanjuga Kunda. So he met Dusano, Hamadba, and others. They met at the Bantaba. They were there. So when he saw them, when they saw him, they asked these people to attack him, and they attacked him and then beat him until they confiscated his bike, his motorbike.
Who asked them to attack? Do you know? Both
Sidi and Hamad. Both Sidi and Hamad did. Hamadba. Sorry, Dusano.
Dusano
yeah,
and Hamadba.
Exactly. Yes.
Any evidence to show us that they attacked
the motorbike was left there. That is a big evidence.
And what's next for the party after all these allegations? What will the party do?
Well, at my level, I wouldn't be able to tell what's next to the party. We have to sit as a team, as a group, and then see what's next.
But these are very, very serious allegations.
Yes. Definitely, yes.
What exactly do you think the party?
That was Yero Jalo, the candidate for GDC, speaking to journalists after he cast his vote. So, Amadou, take us through the wall of dialect.
Yeah, thank you very much jërëjëf soxna mbokk yi ñu ngi leen di nuyu di am mbégte loolu ànd ak yéen ci jotaay ji ci suba si kon ni ngeen ko gisee ñu indi leen special coverage tey ci suba si le ci li nga xamante ne mooy election wala by election bi nga xamante ne mu ngi xew foofu ci Nyamina West and of course fale ci Kër Jarga Walk fan yëpp ñu ngi leen ko doon wax ci noonu incha allah lépp li nga xamante ne tey xew na fa ne leen ko digtal waaye dégg ngeen léegi kooku Yero Jallow moom moo nekk GDC candidate bu Nyamina West moom nag moom moo nekk di jongante ak ki nga xamante ne mooy Biram Sow bu NPP boobu président Barrow parti am bi la mu nekk nag lu am solo su ko defee xam naa ne tey kon ni nga koy defee saa su ne lépp lu fa am rek incha allah ni leen gunge ci bés bi ñëw digtal leen ko waaye tamit bu leen fàtte kon ni ma ko waxee ci Kër Jarga tamit foofu by election ci councilorship moom moo fa nekk ñeenti candidate ñoo fa nekk ci ñeenti parti bu APRC bu NPP UDP ak GDC ñoom ñoo fa nekk di jongante ci fàttali rek ne lu waral by election bi tey foofu ci Nyamina West boo leen fàttali ko ku yore woon site boobu mooy toogu boobu di honorable Demba Sow moom dafa dal di gaañu ni ki January ci at buñ nekk ni 2020 loolu moo waral na ba mu delloo bu mu gaañoo ba léegi ñu waroon a amal by election boobu yàgg waaye COVID-19 bi ñëw mu dilee yëf yi ba tey ñu gis ne tey la war a yëf yi war a am campagne bi nag am na ku nekk am yaakaar ne yow yaay win élection bi kan mooy win xamaguñ waaye ku ne am na confident ne yow yaay win dégg ngeen Yero Jallow ni mu waxee ne moom am na yaakaar ne moom mooy win waaye nag duut na baaram ñi nga xamante ne mooy IEC nee na kontaanut ci li nga xamante ne mooy si yenn nuñ taxawee ci affaire campagne bi ne woon nañ leen ñoom ne on the 5th mooy juróomi fan ci weer pile campagne bi si la waroon a am ci guddi waaye gis ne ni ki démba ci guddi ci moom ni mu ko waxee nee na gis ne waa MPP ba léegi ñu ngi doon génn di campagne te moom bu mu ko yëgee def ko dal di ko yëggal yi nga xamante ne mooy IEC seen chairman bu nekk foofu ci région bi waaye kooku daal lu mu tontu nee na ñoom duñ ci mën a def dara ndax ñoom lu ñu leen war a buñ use PA systems ak yu mel noonu waaye moom nee na du loolu leen wax te loolu jàpp na ne warut a am te nekkut li nga xamante ne mooy lu jaadu la loolu feyaawut ci ni mu ko waxee su ko defee nag moom xam naa ci kanam tuuti tamit nañ dégg ci ki nga xamante ne mooy Birom Sow bu NPP loolu ci kanam incha allah su ko defee soxna mu ngi noonu tey goro bés bu am solo la ci réew mi. So
we will now be linking with one of our correspondents, Paco, to expatiate the discussion on the Wolof dialect.
Thank you. Mu ngi noonu su ko defee Abdoulaye Mendy Paco ñu nuyu ko mu ngi ci line bi foofu ci Ñaamina Paco ñu ngi lay nuyu di la dalal ci jotaay bi.
jërëjëf Amadou ñu ngi lay fay di fayale soxna Tunkara mi nga nekkal foofu ci plateforme bi.
All right, very good. Situation bi naka la mel foofu ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci bés bi lan nga ñu mun a indil ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci wàllu élection bi naka la yëfi nekk di demee right now.
waaw sant yàlla lu bëree bëri élection bi ndax niñ ko seetee fii ci Tambang fi nekk nii sànni kàrta bi am na fi ci anam bi nga xam ne moom carré salaam ñoom ñooy laajte lii di kartaw askan bi pour toogal leen te pencum ndaw réew mi muy kii di Biram Sow ak ki nga xam ne moom mooy Yero Jallow ñoom ñaar ci seen bopp sax ku ci nekk ñëw na fi sànni karta am li nemmeeku ci seen i waxtaan tam mooy la nga déggoon nañ ko rek mooy taw la dox te lii kii di Yero daal di tuuma ñenn ci ay kilifa NPP yi ne nag ñooñu démb am na ci ab fitna bi nga xam ne ñu ngi ko doon tuuslu seen ndaw yi de loolu yéen a fitna bi rëy ci biir diggante ñii di ñaari ndawal parti yooyu ba am na ay jamante yi nga xam ne am na ci ba kenn ci ñoom seen rax ko déggee ñu ngi ko compliqué muy maanaam ñu ngi ko teg loxo ak ci jëmmi boppam dina tuuma wala daal dina joxoñ baaraam ñenn ci ay kilifa yuñ ràññ amat MP ba honorable ak kii di honorable kii di Ndiaye boole na ci tam sax di kii di advice saw baro bi ñu gën ko xam ne ci bii Sano ne ñii bokk nañ ci ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy ay kilifa yu suuxal seen ndaw ñi ba daal di yee na ci li nga xam ne moo di campagne bi te loolu mu ngi am comme ni mu ko waxee ci jamono bi nga xam ne IEC dakkal na lépp lu jëm ci wàllu campagne ci biir tundi bi waaye ñu gis ne tam bi li amee moom ci boppam nag Yero nee na ba mu waxtaanee ak ci di CEO bi IEC bi nekk fii moom li mu ko xamal mooy ne sartu IEC li muy tere mooy pour jël loudspeaker di wër ak moom di yëgle wala di yéebaane waaye lu jëm ci waxtaan ci seeni biir loolu moom mënu ci dara loolu waral na ba ñoom ci seen bopp waa GDC itam daal di yebal seeni ndaw yi ñoom itam ñu dugg ci biir dëkk bi daal di am ay campagne waaye ci biir loolu nag la mbëkkante bi am ci seeni biir ak ndawal NPP yi ba coow loolu jur ci ba jógi nga xam ne nag yaakaaruñ ko woon ci la
ok léegi yéen bu ngeen demee ba léegi bu ngeen yegsee foofu bëgg nañu xam wax na ne ñoom Sidi Ndiaye ak ñoom Dudu Sano ñu ngi foofu noonu di campagne bi ngeen fa demee ak léegi tey si suba si ndax gis ngeen gars yi ci ground bi wala ndax gis ngeen fa any government official tey ci suba si.
waaw lu weesu ay ci néew rek di jégalu Sidi Ndiaye ci jëmi boppam moom moo gunge si kii di Biram Sow mi nga xam ne moom mooy candidat NPP bokkati it ak kii di Lamine Thiam mi nga xam ne moom mooy campagne manager bi NPP di leen laajtee nag tuuma yi nga xam ne yooyu la Yero yëkkati teg ko ci seen bopp bi ñoom weddi nañ ko bañ teg gis daal moom la génn ñoom di naaj bi ñuy séntu ci moom waxut jàmm loolu boo ko déggee nag ñoom yaakaar nañ ne GDC seen ndaw li dañ dem ba yaakaar amatuñ ko ci lii di langue politique bi mu di sànni karta gi moo tax ñuy dóor dàqee di wuti lay bu ëllëg ak ci biir la nga xam ne loolu la ñuy mën a sukkandiku ne lii moo indi gàtt wala lii moo leen indi gàllankoor ba ñu ñàkk toogu bi waaye moom kii bi la mu wax nag ak kii bi ndaw li wut place bi muy diran ci jëmmi boppam ñoo nee nañ démb ñoom ñi neen ñoo nekkoon ci la nga xam ne moo di seen bés kon nag fa coow la nekkoon ak le jour coow la ñoom mën a duñ cee addi waaye moom Lamin Tamit bi fi nga xam ne moom mooy campagne manager bu NPP te itam di special assistant bi di président Barrow moom la nga xam ne wax na ko nee na NPP doon na parti bi nga xam ne day dox ak lii di start ak yoon kon nag duñ dem fenn di fa xëppee start wala boog sax di fa wane ñàkk teggin ak ñàkk kersa lii ay kàddu la yi nga xam ne yu saxut la te suñ ko teguñ ko ci dëgg waaye lu ci mun ci demee daal moom su lekk jant bi sow dinañ ci xam lu ci gën a
acca balaa ñu laa bàyyi rek of course ñu bari tamit wala dégg na yenn si political analyst yi di wax ne Ñaamina West stronghold la bu GDC tey soo seetee ñu fa war a sànni karta wala ñu fa amee karta ëpp ne 4 junni ay nit turnout bi naka la mel ndax nit ñi génn si nañ bu baax a baax pour ñëw sànni seen karta yi tey ci suba si.
waaw loolu boo ko seetee dëgg la ci taarixu Gambia waaye itam buñ ko seetee bu baax a baax ci taarixu Gambia ndaw yi ci wàllu sànni karta dina dee néew lool ci ñu ngi ci dee feeñee rawatina fii ci Ñaamina West bi nii ndax naam dëgg la di ko ci suba si benn police station bii lañ nekk waaye liñ ci gën a nemmeeku mooy nit ci gën a bari ay mag ñooy ñëw pour sànni di karta fii waaye ndaw ñi fekkuñ ci bu baax a baax te itam lii lu mu lay gën a wan rek ne mooy xëj na ndaw yi amaana yaakaaruñ wala boog sax xëj na ñoom ci seen bopp gisuñ njëriñ bi nekk ci sànni karta gii nii te mag ñi ñëw pour sànni karta ñoom mu ngi mel ni ñu ngi falal ndaw yi ëllëg ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñoo leen a indi bi te loolu it war na doon mbir mi nga xam ne bi ñuy bàyyi xel la Ñaamina West doon na stronghold GDC loolu kenn du ko laam-laamee ndax boo gisee ñu koy def by election tey ka fi toogaloon tund bi nii ndawal GDC la di dem ci yàlla Demba Sow moom bi mu dëggee àdduna ba léegi nag ci leen daal di gis ne jar na pour Ñaamina West ñu delloowaat keneen ci leen di toggal foofu te pencum ndawi réew mi te sartu réew mi tam lam dooleel mooy pour ñu gis ne mbir ma jaar na ci élection looloo waral nag GDC ma nga xam ne moom moo sampoon ci di Demba Sow moom mu gis ne de fii ab stronghold am la buñ ko waxee muy maanaam fii ab tund bam am doole la kon nag waru koo bàyyee ñoonu mu nax ñi ñoom da tey ñu ngi soxlawaat toogu boobu kon nag soxla toogu boobu waral ñu samp seen mbër kooku war la jàmmaarloo ko mbëru lii di NPP bu ñëwee tam ci NPP bu ñu yeboon ñu jàpp ne lii day làmb ndax day nooy ndax NPP bii mooy njëlbeen yoon ci taarixam gannaaw ba ñu xamee ne parti bu bees la mu ngi doog a dugg ci langue politique bi ci biir réew mi te lii mooy élection bi nga xam ne mu ngi koy njëkk a def te lii dina mun a déterminer NPP ëllëgam ci biir réew mi ci ndax ëllëg ak ci biir lu mu ci mën ci amee bu dee ndam la it mooy wane NPP itam ne war nañ koo mën a bàyyi xel pour ëllëg ak ci biir bu dee tamit defet la itam mooy la safaanoo ak ndam bi tam lii dina ko mën a gën a may time pour mu gën a mën a prépare xamal boppam tam ne lan moo ko war pour ëllëg ak ci biir bu soxlee nguur gi wala bu soxlee ci réew mi dem ci ay la war a lal waaye li ci gën a jàpp daal mooy booy dugg ci géew comme ni nga ko xamee rek mbër bi dugg ci géew day bàkku ñaari mbër yi ku ci nekk mu ngi fëkk dënam di wane daal leen ndam moo ko moom waaye li ci kanam rawul li bët amaana fi lay jant bee sow dinañ xam fan la ñuy mujjee borom bët yi.
ok su ko defee Paco desandi ci line bi tuuti rek ñu dal di ànd ak interview bi nga xamante ne kenn ci candidat si def ne ko ñu dal si dellusiwaat. NPP candidate bi kooku di Biram Sow ñu ànd ak moom del di déglu moom tamit lan la wax gannaaw bu mu casté li nga xamante ne mooy vote bi tey.
Yes, thank you very much. I am 100% hopeful for victory. Victory is mine today.
Victory is mine today. In the event that you lost, will you accept?
Yeah, we are the government per se, and the policies are there. So we have to accept the policies. We are online with IEC policies. Yeah, thank you very much. The Nyamina people are rallying behind me 100%. The Nyamina people are showing that they are today with His Excellency President Adama Barrow and his agenda, that is the NDP, and that they are there behind the NPP party to see that we take this country to the highest level.
You said that
Reports that you both supported yesterday about violent activity against your opponent. That's false.
No, that's false.
what about campaigning? You said you are in line with IEC policy. Were you still campaigning yesterday?
No. There was never a campaign yesterday. This propaganda. I was throughout in my house yesterday. Have you seen me anywhere outside?
What about
They were all on their base because we were together. It's false and it's propaganda.
Mr. So, I just want to ask a follow-up question because up until yesterday,
Mhm.
there has been so many allegations from both sides concerning your campaign. Now, they're accusing the NPP of actually trying to buy votes from the people of Nyamina. How do you respond to that?
Thank you underlining that word accusing. So we is an accused.
There is no truth to it.
For so there is no truth. It's an accused.
The first candidate that's contesting for a seat with for NPP. What was the threat to your political career?
I'm thanking God that and my parents and the people of Nyamina West. This is not my soul alone. This is Nyamina West. They have decided to turn back to the opposition, giving their faces to the government. Because we need development now. You people are just here, you know the hardship you encountered to reach here. So we now need development, and this is what we are calling. So the whole Nyamina West are rallying behind the government because we are calling for development. We are part of this country.
One more question.
I haven't promised anybody. What I'm saying is that the NDP we are part of, and we wish that the NDP also will be executed within Nyamina West.
aja mu ngi noonu kooku mooy Biram Sow candidate for NPP confidence of victory ak yu mel noonu Paco dégg nga lim wax dal dina weddi tuuma yooyu yi nga xamante ne jógee ko na ci JDC.
waaw Amadou mooy li ma la doon wax rek moom weddi na tuuma yooyu te tam ci di campaign manager bu NPP muy Lamine Thiam ci boppam tam weddi na tuuma yooyu waaye tam tuuma yooyu nag laata ci di Yoro Jallow di ko fi doon wax ñun dem ba ci guddi jot nañ ci ay xibaar yi nga xam ne yu des wér la te ñii di police yi ñoo daal di arrest yi nga xam ne moom mooy borom rider boobu waaye lim ci jot a wax ci seen diggante ñoom ne daal mooy ne daal borom rider bi rider am bi dañ ko confisqué muy maanaam dañ ko siis te ñi ko teg loxo mooy ndawal NPP yi Lamine Thiam moom biñ ko laajtee loolu nag dafa weddi loolu ba wane daal ne coow la nga xam ne moom moo ko indi mooy yenn ci ndawal GDC yi ñoo bàyyeekoo fa ñu jógee dem fekk ji ndawal NPP ba fi mu dëkk mooy ci dëkk bi mu dëkk ak yenn ci seeni ndaw yi di leen jéem a gumu xatal wala boog sax di leen jéem a xoxotal ba loolu mujjee yee fitna googu foofu ci biir loolu waaye lu mooy fitna jooju nag comme niñ ko xamee rek élection saa su nekk dinañ ci dee seen lu mel nii wala yu gën a tar nii waaye sant yàlla loolu mbiru démb la woon te loolu li ko gënoon a sooke tam mooy li indi ci coow li dox seen diggante ak waxtu bii lañ war a campagne ak waxtu bii lañ warut a campagne waaye it ba tey itam GDC yi ñu ngay jàmbat sax yenn ci seeni ndaw yi ne daal NPP amaana am na doole gi nga xam ne ñu leen ko fee wan ci lu jëm ci campagne bi di nga xam ne amaana du ñàkk dina leen sonal wala boog sax dina am ab jeexantal bu metti gi nga xam ne dina nekk ci seeni kaw ci mbir loolu.
ok ci very well si ti tënk rek balaa ñu laa bàyyi soo images yi ñu ngi wane ne nekkul ñëpp ñoo sol face mask ak yu mel noonu loolu naka la noo gisee situation bi COVID-19 guidelines yi ndax yaa ngi ko follow social distancing bi ak yu mel noonu face mask bi tamit ndax ñëpp ñoo ko sol wala ñu gën a bari sol nañ ko ndax ñu ngi gis ne am na ñenn ñi nga xamante ne soluñ ko naka la yëf fii demee ndax IEC waxoon nañ ne ñoom dañoo fexe ñu implement all COVID-19 or health regulations wala guidelines yi nga xamante ne war naa am.
waaw la nga xam ne nag moo war IEC bu ñu yeboo ñu ne wàccoo nañ ko ak askan bi ndax gis nañ ne fii daan fi nekk ay paani ay pompe yi nga xam ne yooyu la ñoo lii pour di raxasu foofu laata ngay dugg pour dem sànni sa karta rax ci dool itam suy dugg ci biir pour dem sànni ci karta yooyu itam foog nga am li nga xam ne moom mooy face mask boobu lii diñ ko fàttali koo tam ne IEC ci jëmmi boppam nee na élection bi bu ñu yeboo ñu jàpp ne test la ci bi pandémique bi pour ñu seet ndax réewi Gambia dinañ mun a continuer élection yi amaana yàlla tere ko bu fekkee pandémique bi ñuy continuer la ndax li réewum mbir ne comme December 2021 dinañ am presidential election fii ci biir réew mi kon bu fekkee ne pandémique bii nii ci biiram mënuñoo def by election yi comme ni nga xam ne noonu leen ko séntoo amaana dinañ ñaaw njort ne bu fekkee presidential election ci moo jot kon nag dina gën a métti ak askan bi waaye li ñi nga xam ne daal loolu lañ ci gis amaana du ñàkk ci biti duñ ko mun a respect comme ni nga xam ne noonu la ko WHO wala World Health Organization guidelines ci daal di tëralee waaye daal IEC la leen ci war ba fa nga xam ne foofu ngay sànnee karta gis nañ ne daal kenn du ko mën a àgg te fekk amoo lii di face mask bi wala nga raxas sa loxo yi ak la nga xam ne moo di ndox bu laab bi nga xam ne mooy setal bépp doomu jàngoro ci sa biir loxo waaye ci biir askan bi tam ñu nekkee comme normal life bi la comme ni nga xam ne noonu lay nekkee ci kombo bi ak everywhere daal social distancing bi nag mënu ñoo wax ne am na fi to the letter ndax gis nañ ci suñuy biir ñu ni neen li ñuy nekkee mu ngi mel ni normal life baa ngi continué waat di am fii ci biir Ñaamina West.
Abdoulaye Mendy Paco ñu ngi lay gërëm bu baax di la sant xam naa ci kanam tuuti ñu jokkowaat seet situation bi naka lay demee waaye for the meantime ñu ngi laa jaajëfal bu baax ak team bi yëpp foofu ci Ñaamina East ci liggéey bu am solo bi nga xamante ne leen koo def xam naa ci kanam ñu jokkowaat incha allah. Thank you very much. That is one of our correspondents there, Abdoulaye Mendy. And we'll tell you a bit about of course, Yero Jallow, before I get to Sona. Yero, who is of course, the GDC candidate, as you heard from him there, accusing the IEC and say also that they did not do what some of the things that they have, promised in making so that, no one would campaign beyond the, 5th of November. But just to tell about him, Yero, after completing his, senior secondary school, he, of course, went on to, work and study at Gambia Hotel School, and then as management and receptionist. And then, he also went on to work at Commune and later to BB Hotel. From then, in 2016, he resigned to join politics. And then he got to JDC and then attempted to contest the parliamentary election in 2017. But he lost the primaries against the late Dembo Sow. But here again, now he is now the candidate for GDC. After the unfortunate demise of the late Dembo Sow, and he, like he said he never dreamt of being a politician. But because of Yahya Jammeh's regime, he decided to leave his job, according to what he said, to fight against Jammeh. And then going into this election, he said he is confident of winning and to defend their seat as the Ñamina West GDC. And
both parties are showing enthusiasm that this seat is theirs.
Yeah,
but however, Yero is accusing NPP for engaging in campaign, even though the IEC said the campaign will end in 5th of this month, but they continued. But however, Mr. Sow said that was just an accusation. It's something that is not true. It's a propaganda. It's the propaganda.
That's where he puts it. And interestingly, also just to tell our viewers about Biram Sow, who just denied those allegations or whatever claims he said, that he is also a teacher. At some point he was a teacher. After completing his school, he then of course went to he taught at private school and then returned to the Gambia College, or he went to the Gambia College and then go back to the teaching field again, and then returned to the college where he got his HTC certificate, and then from there he spent some time in Kombo, Kerewan, and then he went to the Gambia University where he studied BSc in Information System. And from there, Sow worked at the PMO to the Minister of Information as IT officer, a position he held until now. So that is his position. So before he got to this position, interestingly, Sow was, or who of course was a former, or should I say, is a former GDC supporter, you know, and now, you know, he went on to win the primaries, NPP primaries, against 12 other candidates. So there were 13 candidates. He contested against the 12, and he emerged as the winner to stand and face Yero Jallow. So his campaign team has already, you know, ready and said he is also going to win. And equally, as you heard from him, so he is very, very confident. So that's just a brief history.
They are both confident about this.
Yeah, absolutely. And you expect that, don't you? You know,
well, may the best man win.
Yeah, these are elections, and everybody would be saying, I'm going to win. But yeah, and like I said, Sona, Paco have really also reiterated that Nyambina West is a stronghold for GDC. Now let us look at this in this context. Going into these elections today, you know, what is more interesting about this is that it's a stronghold for GDC, but not only that, UDP, you know, is supporting GDC in these elections. And I just want to again quickly go back to what happened in the 2017 parliamentary elections. Just a brief history to tell our viewers again how Demba Sow was elected, you know, as the candidate for GDC. He became the parliamentarian because he contested, you know, against NRP at the time, you know, and NRP was in, of course, was in alliance with UDP at the time. And I'm just trying to cross through here quickly to see, you know, what was the difference and all that. But maybe I would just allow you to, okay, yeah, I think I need to check that quickly. But I just wanted to say UDP are supporting GDC this time around. But in the 2017 election, they were in alliance with NRP, who stood or contested against GDP. But with all that, GDC went on to win. And again, NPP's President Barrow, or President Barrow's NPP, whatever you want to call it, are contesting for the first time, you know, as a party. That's why it has been a very tense and vibrant campaign over the past couple of days or weeks in Nyamina West. For some, it's a test for NPP, whether they are going to make it or not. During
the parliamentary elections, when they were held in 6 April 2017, they were the first parliamentary elections to happen since when the Gambian leader gained power, rather, who emerged victorious in the 2016 presidential election. And now that he's contesting his party, he is no more in coalition with UDP or any other political party, and is taking the first step to vie in a position.
Yeah, but
in fact,
again,
in the National Assembly, for the first time.
Yeah, but then
is
also
it's
good to say that you should talk about NPP. They are not alone in this, because you have NRP, that's Ahmad Bah, supporting you know, GDP, that's Hande Gomez party is also there. And of course, we have also ministers who were on the ground campaigning for the NPP candidate. Ministers were on the ground, as many said, the likes of Ahmad Bah, like as was the tourism minister, the youth and sports minister, Bakari Baji was also on the ground. Government presidential advisors, Dusano and others were also there on the ground. But as I was saying, just to briefly again go back to what happened in 2017, Nyamina West, you have about 4,375 votes, registered votes in Nyamina West. And in 2017 election, you have the late Honorable Demba Sow, who won the election, had 1,434 votes, you know, with 55%. And Malik Sow, NRP, then who I said, were in alliance with UDP, and he scored 1,197 votes, 45%. That's how the elections panned out in 2017. And here again we go. This time around, two candidates again, GDC at the same time are going for the seat again. They want to retain their seats. Whether that's going to happen or not, time will tell. And we hope by 9 o'clock this evening, everybody should know what is the outcome. But then again, UDP, who were, you know, supporting NRP, who eventually lost the election in 2017, this time around are showing support with GDC. What you see, politics,
and going against the first political party to campaign or to vie in for this position.
So this is more or less how the situation is, and it's going to be very, very interesting as we wait to see how things will pan out today. And of course, we will keep you updated. We'll be here the whole day following the situation on the ground, as we have our correspondents on the ground, as we just have of them in Nyamina West. And of course, we'll be also going to the other side of the country in the North Bank region as well, in Jokadu, Kerjarga to be precise. Yes.
Okay, following what the GDC candidate Yero Jallow said, that IEC have left NPP to campaign, even though campaign stopped on the 5th. One of the leaders here have this to say.
Mr. Lamin Cham, the campaign manager of NPP. Mr. Cham, can you just give us a brief history about NPP contesting for this seat, which is for the first time in the history of the party, and how important is this seat for the NPP?
Well, the brief history about NPP in this, you know, NPP was just established on the 31st of December 2019. We are nearly 1 year old, and we have never gone into election in this country. This is our first time to get into elections. And I can tell you the importance of this for us. There are so many political parties that have been established now, have been registered. And some are claiming that they are the biggest party in this country. Now we want to prove to the entire Gambian people that we are in control. We are the biggest party in this country. And there are two by-elections going on together. The Nyamina West Constituency National Assembly seat and Kerjarga Ward Councillor seat. And we're going to win both. Yeah.
We have seen we have had a lot of allegations with regards to some of the top brass of the NPP instigating some violence within the electorates. It was said by the contesting honorable in the person Yoro Jallow. And how true is that? And would NPP just take this as mere political propaganda, or would you take it to be serious?
Well, under my leadership as a national campaign manager, I will not entertain violence. We are law-abiding, and I always encourage my people to be law-abiding. These were allegations made, they caused a problem. In fact, it was in Nanaba, one of our companies where our people are resident. They find our people that the vehicle being parked at the compound gate, they come down and stopped with their two pickups. They create problem there. This was the commotion there. And when our people went there, then they run away. This was the only thing. And also their candidate went to Sambanjuga. He find out people that they are saying, why should those people come to that place? The other one is from that very village. Our NPP are from that very village. He said, this is my own village. Well, how can you ask me not to come to my own village? And you are not from this village. Why are you here? So this was the problem. Apart from that, there was no problem at all.
What signal would this election send to the NPP come 2021 presidential elections? We
want to send a warning signal to the entire opposition fraternity that NPP is the party of the Gambian people, and NPP is what people want in this country. And the development projects and agendas of the president is what they are supporting. And everybody wants this thing to happen. They want development in their areas. And the president is why he said, let the people keep talking, and he will keep on doing his projects. Definitely, 2021, there will be no close contest in this election.
How many parties are backing MPP for this seat?
No, actually, when you say there are how many people parties backing, there are parties that we joined together during the 2016 presidential election, and see some of them are in the government. So those remaining in the government are the ones, NRP, GPDP, and NCP. They are the ones joining us here. But NPP is the party that is contested. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, Amadou, that was the national campaign manager of NPP, reiterating on the accusation that Yero Jallow said they were engaged in campaign when the deadline has already elapsed. And he also said that they are ready for the 2021 presidential elections. Wow, yeah. NPP is actually taking the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Lamin Cham speaking, very confident. He's the campaign manager, and you should expect that. He have also equally refuted the claim, saying, you know, he would not entertain for any reason violence. And, you know, so he categorically categorically deny those allegations from the GDC candidate, and in one way or the other, we would just, allow them to defend or put on issues against each other for the meanwhile or for the meantime. But whatever it is a crucial day, especially for both sides, right? But for NPP, you heard from Lamine Cham pretty much confident, and he said they are sending a signal to the opposition fraternity that they are going to, so that they are the party in control. And how important is this elections to the NPP? And you heard him also respond to that question. They are taking it very important,
very seriously,
like he highlighted. And again, I would say, what will be the outcome of these elections? No one can tell us that now. Both sides are confident. It has been a very, very tense and a vibrant campaign for in Nyamina West, of course, with allegations that NPP has been using money here and there, but they have refuted the claims. Today is the D-Day. It's the D-Day, and voters are going to cast their votes. Who are they going to support? Who among the candidates do they think is the right man to lead or to replace the late Demba Sow? And by the end of the day, like I said earlier, we should know who the Nyamina West people trust to lead them again. So that's quite very important. And then whatever happens, the discussion, the analysis, whatever it is, the talks would continue, because there is much to talk about after these elections. Whether NPP won or not, there's much to talk about. There will be much analysis to be done, especially that we are going ahead for the 2021 presidential election. And in a way, like I said earlier, many think this is a test for NPP. And like he said, they are sending a signal. What signal are they sending? Or what signal is, they're sending to the opposition? We will wait and see how that will be after today's results.
Of course, and they will have to take it very seriously, because the NPP, this is a test to them, a test that is going to show their political way come 2021 presidential elections. And as he rightly mentioned here, they are not taking it lightly.
Absolutely.
And of course, it is expected for them not to take it lightly, because 2021 is fast approaching, and we will be heading to the polls again for another leader to, is it Barrow to continue with his tenure, or another new political leader for the Gambia? But that is very important. And on we've had our correspondent saying so far so good, everything is going smoothly. And previously, the National Council for Civic Education has stepped in its presence in these areas, that is Nyamina West and also Kerjarga, to conduct or to educate the people about maintaining peace and stability amid the election campaign, which of course we have to commend them for stepping in this political arena right now to at least maintain that stability within the country by educating the people that are involved, educating the electorate, and also educating even the candidates on how to maintain peace and stability during this election time.
Yeah, I think that's their role, that's their responsibility. They need to raise the political awareness of the citizenry. And I think that was the right thing to do as well, to make sure that the voters, the electorates, and of course the public know the importance of their votes, but also how important it is to do whatever they are going to do in peace and order. Peace and stability, that's very important, and we can't do anything in this country or wherever in the world without peace. And it was very good that they have went there and talked to the people, let them understand the importance of this election and the importance of their votes as well. So that was quite very, very, very vital for them to do. And now the onus lies on the people. And I think the campaign has, in a way, went very smoothly. It was just now that we are hearing some allegations here and there. But then again,
it's like something has been cooking which we are not aware of.
Absolutely. And this is elections in Africa is always difficult. People will tell you hardly it will go away when someone would not say this happened, allegation or here and there. So, but the most important thing here is that the votes to conduct themselves in a manner in which they would not instigate violence, or try to cause any sort of misunderstanding here and there. If you cast your vote, go home, and then, of course, wait for the results. You can watch on your television, as we're doing right now. You can watch on Africa TV or listen to radio, and then you will be rightfully informed the outcome of the results by the IEC, who are the independent body responsible for election matters in this country. You know, and I know the social media will also play in this, but let people be very cautious about giving out results that are not officially, you know, announced by the IEC. I know people will be waiting and
people are
all
eager
that.
to know what the
Absolutely.
results
And
are, but
again,
they have to take their time.
I would be interested to know whether the IEC will be maintaining about the sport counting, you know, which happened in 2016. Are they going with the same approach? I don't know, but I think that if that happens, then
that is a law now. They will continue with
so
that.
that's quite very important. So I know then, you know, immediately after the counting in each of the polling stations, the party representative would then type in, or of course send in figures to their respective party leaders and whatever. Then people, I know, by the time, I'm afraid, by the time IEC would announce the official result, some people might have already known the outcome of the
what has already unfolded.
Yeah, absolutely, the outcome of the campaign.
So now
of the
we will
elections,
migrate into Kerjaga and be joined by Omar Toure to update us on what is happening there as well. Omar.
Yes, good afternoon, Sona.
Good afternoon.
And good afternoon, Amadou as well, and all the team out there at the studios. Good afternoon to you all.
So can you give us the latest update that is happening out there, Omar?
Right now, I'm at Ker Omar Sen, which is, of course, in the Ker Jarga ward. And just some few minutes ago, the UDP candidate called Momodou Silla has cast his vote, and he has already left. So right now we're still on the ground and waiting for the arrival of the GDC candidate, that is Yama Cham. Yes, Yama Cham is the one we are waiting for at the moment. And as you could see here at the moment, there is not many people on the queue here who are voting. In fact, there is nobody here on the queue to vote. People just come in and then just vote and leave. We were told that in the morning there used to be a big queue here. People came out in numbers, but then this time around, as we are, there are not many people here. Only few people are coming to vote. So I don't know whether that will continue, or probably late in the afternoon we may see some more arrivals. So we are told that so many of the people went to farms to harvest groundnut at the moment. Yes.
Omar, we are made to understand that you were denied access to one of the polling stations. Can you update us on that?
That's very true, Sona. That was at the Kerjaga ward itself, that is the village itself. When we arrived there in the morning, we want to get inside, but we were stopped at the gate by the security on the ground, and they asked us, where are your accreditation cards? So we were puzzled at that question, because nobody has ever told us that we should be issued accreditation cards in order for us to get access to the interior of the place. But actually, we didn't make it a big issue. So we just stopped outside, and we were there for only a few minutes when the Makan Khan, the returning officer of the area, came in with some IEC officials, and we had some short interview with him, and we asked him that question: why is it that you stopped us from entering inside? He said that problem might come from us, the media, or from IEC themselves. And I put this question, I said, how do you mean? What do you mean? He said, this problem might come from us. He said, you should have collected your accreditation cards before you come in here. I said, but we were never told that. So that was the issue. So, and then he said, then what you're going to do is, let me go inside and then have some discussions with them. He went inside, and then after, when he came, and our people were then allowed in. But then immediately he left also. Some 10-15 minutes later, another IEC vehicle came, and then we were given one accreditation card, yes. So we are given only one at the moment. So But actually, the other area that we go to, that is this Omar Sen, we are never asked that accreditation card. Yes.
It's good that you were later allowed access into the polling station. So how is the turnout right now?
The turnout was not very much impressive. It was not impressive. Just like here where I am at Omar Sen, it's the same situation also at Kerjarga. There too, we saw only women and few men. In fact, men you can count about 3 or 4 or 5, no, nothing more than that we saw on the line or on the queue. But women, they were there in their large numbers, yes. So, but actually, I don't think till now, because the number of votes, the total number of votes that we have in the whole constituency, the whole ward, that's 5,677 voters. So, and this is divided into 10 polling stations. So, actually, I think we still need some more people to vote in. I don't know what will happen, but I don't know whether that question will be, but we also observe some sort of irregularity at the ground there. That is the Kerjarga ward. Somebody came there to vote, and then her name is Hadilo. This Hadilo, her name appeared 2 times on the voter registration. That is the document there. So, and she has the same serial number, that is 216. This serial number. And then in the morning, early morning, there was one Hadilo who already voted. So when this one voted, she left. And then another Hadilo also came again. So she was not allowed to vote in because she was asked, why is it that you also carry the same name, Hadilo, and the same serial registration card, that is 216. So she was not allowed to vote because you cannot have 2 Hadilo voting at the same time. So that was what we observed there.
So, Omar, there is some election malpractice. What is the IEC doing right now to stop it occurring again?
Actually, what they did was they didn't allow her to vote. That was what they did. So they didn't plan any investigation. All that they told the lady was that in order for us to allow you to vote in, you will have to go and call that other Hadilo to come in, and we confirm. Why is it that you all have 216 serial number? That was all what we had from the IEC officials there. So they didn't tell us what actually happened. We also found out that some people have this new registration card. So probably the issuing of the new registration cards was what brought this problem. We don't know actually, but it could be one of the contributing factors to that, because but the IEC official, that is Parmakan Khan, he told us that they have never issued any new registration card. He said the registration cards that were issued were replacements. That is those that lost their registration card and so therefore want to vote in this election, they were issued new registration cards. So he said, and those whose registration cards also got maybe broken or
Omar,
problem.
How are people observing the COVID-19 measures?
Yes, that is very true. Anybody who does not wear a mask is not allowed to enter into the police station. Before you enter, you must wear the mask, and you also must wash your hands clean. After washing your hands with the detergent, then you wear your mask, and your temperature is also taken immediately at the gate. After when you have completed all those processes, that's the time you are allowed to enter the main gate and go inside to get your vote, to cast your vote, yes.
Thank you so much, Omar.
Thank you. You're welcome, yes.
That is our correspondent, Omar, right now at Kerjarga, giving us the latest.
He's speaking live from Marsen, but he's in the Kerjarga ward.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kerjarga ward giving us the latest update as to how the election is unfolding there.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Amadou, you've heard him say that there is somehow some election misconduct, which of course we will be clarifying that with the IEC election body.
Yeah, very well. I don't know what happens, but then, like he highlighted, I know when we hear from the IEC officials, we would know, they will explain what happened and what are they doing to make sure that they would fix those issues as quickly as possible. It's just you know, close to 1 o'clock now in the Gambia, and we should be going until sometime around 5 o'clock in the evening, and I think they should be making sure that things are in order. Anything that could hinder people's voting should be resolved as quickly as possible to avoid you know, complaints or issues here and there. But just I want to quickly again remind our viewers that the contested councillorship ward in Kerjarga was won in 2017 by GDC again, but because the then councillor resigned and then joined the NPP, that's the reason why they are contesting or they are holding this by-election. And we have 4 candidates who are contesting in this ward. There is, of course, the NPP and the GDC, who are again hoping to retain that seat, and the APRC are also going for the seat, and of course NPP, also I say UDP, are also there. Now I will tell you the names of you know, those who are contesting. But first, to go back to 2017, we had I think 3 or 4 or 5 candidates. We had in 2017, that is Satan Keita, Jok Habdaskirja, GMC contested. They had 89 votes in that elections, 3.55%. Momodou Sela, UDP, had 500 votes, 19.97%. Idrissa KH Jallo, that is for GPDP, 76 votes, 0.4%. Mamadou M. Kamara, of course, you have PPP, 331 votes, 9.22%, and you have Boubacar J. Job, Joka Duker Jaga, that is, you have PDIS, they have 364 votes, 14.54%. So those were the candidates. You have PDIS, PPP, GPDB, UDP, GMC, and of course the winning candidate GDC, you know, who had at the time 1,244 votes, that is 49.68%. That's for GDC, who was Alpha Khan at the time. So this is what happened in 2017, and then this year you have Momodou Sela of UDP, Yamacham of GDC, our guy of NPP, and Weah Jara of APRC. So this is the seat. These are the candidates that are going to contest for the councillorship ward in Kerjarga, which was held by GDC's Alpha Khan, who resigned in 2018 to join the NPP.
NPP is actually taking a big lead there in Kerjarga and also in Nyamena West.
Yeah,
NPP is not relenting at all.
Yeah, I only hope that, you know, they will see that they would, you know, as they wish that they will win. But I know it's going to be a close call.
They are so optimistic about it.
Yeah, they are, really. They are. But equally, GDC is very optimistic equally that they are going to win both seats. APRC is going only for Kerjarga. UDP is also going for Kerjarga. But the other 2 parties, as GDC and NPP, are going for both seats. Whether they are going to win both, we will wait and see. Whether one of the parties might lose both seats, we also you know, going to wait and see. Whether one of them will win here, the other one will win there, we are also going to wait and see. So it's going to be some interesting times ahead.
And
of course, you know, you know what, wherever you are, you just have to stick with us, and we'll keep you updated. We will keep you posted on these elections today, and we hope it's going to be a very long day by our way. But whatever it is, we will keep them
we will now take them back to Nyamena West and see what is happening.
Thank you. So now we are back here in Nyamena West, as we rightly said before, and today is the decision-making day for both electorates of the GDC and the NPP, and the run for the National Assembly seat would be confirmed the latest before the end of the day. And just a couple of minutes ago, the IEC chairperson in the person of Alhaji Ali Momar Njai was around, and we had an interview with him with regards to the situation here in Nyamina in this by-election. So I think we would go with that interview and then come back for a more proper analysis of this event here in Nyamina.
Yes, thank you very much, Paco. Of course, you know, as you highlighted, you spoke to the IC chairman there, and I know you will get to the local language, but just what have he said? What was his response to some of the issues that you has put to him?
Yes, the most pertinent issue would be the allegations that Yoro Jallo levied against the IEC chairperson or the IEC itself. Okay. That some of the militants of NPP yesterday engaged on a campaign which is not in line with the IEC elections here.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Yeah, very well. su ko defee rek ñu twist waxtaan bi ci tënk rek Abdoulaye ci léegi-léegi yaa ngi doon wax ne foofu yéen a ngi doon waxtaan ak chairman bu IEC am na ay tuuma yi nga xamante ne wala ay mbir yi nga xamante ne jógee ko na fale ci beneen side bi waaye tamit foofu coow li xar naa bari moom ci yan kàddu la jot a leeral ci li nga xamante ne jot ngeen waxtaan ak moom.
waaw mooy liñ doon wax rek ci kàllaamay nasaraan ci di chairperson
na démb boori 11 o'clock la jot li nga xam ne moom mooy bataaxal jóge ne am na ñuy yëngu ci wàllu campagne ci te loolu dëppoowut ak di sartu li di ay ci ray ci wàllu campagne bi waaye it moom ci li nga xam ne kon nag mooy campagne bi ko waxee mooy woote ndaje wala ay mbootaay boole ci di use li di loud speaker wala di use ay rajo di ci woote mbooloo waaye lu jëm ci ay nit di dox wala seeni di dox ay mbokk wala di dox jëm di doxi seeni soxla loolu ay di ci mën a am dogal wala pour tere ko borom naam dëgg la coow li am na doon li nga xam ne li namoon la ci loolu am fii ci biir Nyamina waaye gannaaw ba mu amee tam moom lii di IEC ànd na ci kilifa yi nga xam ne ñoom ñoo ŋànk mbir mi daal di waxtaan ak lii di police yi de gis nañ ne daal ñoom moom IEC chairperson bi ak police commissioner bu Siara ak yenn ci ay kilifa yi fi nekk solve nañ problème bi amicable bi te comme niñ koy waxee fi mu toll nii ci di ngóor soosu ñu jàppoon lii di raydaan bi te jamono bi ñuy wax ni IEC chairperson bi xamal nañu ne jot na.
waaw dafa mel ni ñu ngi am jafe-jafe tuuti some technical issues pour ñu continuer waxtaan bi waaye nañ dellusiwaat foofu ci kanam tuuti benn waxtu daanaka soriwul su ko defee ñu daal di ànd ak ki nga xamante ne mooy IEC chairman bi gannaaw bi nga xamante ne am na ay wax yu jóg moom jot na wax ci loolu su ko defee ñu ànd a déglu loolu ñu soog a dellusiwaat.
But campaigning means having a gathering, doing it together or drawing on dancing. That's what we mean by campaign. Because they're doing like that yesterday.
There was nothing like that with you people.
No, as far as I know, nothing like that. We had complained that people are going from house to house. But I met one of them, and I said, well, I don't live here. I was born here, but I don't live here. So when I come from Combo, I have the right to go and visit my friends and relatives. That's not campaigning. Welcome.
What is your message
that if I started peacefully, let it peacefully. There's going to be only one winner and one loser because there are two candidates. Unlike North Bank, where you have four candidates. You have one winner and three losers. But here you have one winner, one loser. The IEC is also to make sure that the loser will know that they have not voted for him, not because of any other fraud or anything. So this is what we are trying to make sure that the IEC observes the rules and regulations transparently from the beginning to the end. Start in their presence with the body agents, and end with them. Coming it on right there on the spot. So it depends on everybody. So nobody can complain about that tomorrow. That's our mantra. Well, we are prepared for that. That when you come, you want to sanitize, you want to check thermometer-wise, you must only wear a mask. Well, you can see now the country very few will wear a mask. Because they were saying to our agents that anybody who comes without a mask, another person to vote. Not to be asked to go back because then there's a problem. So we allow them to vote even without mask.
So IEC said this election was going to be a test because this is the first time the Gambia is holding an election in a pandemic. So is the IEC ready now to hold the presidential elections in case the Gambia encounters a second wave of the coronavirus?
Oh, sure, because you can see in countries, President of Guinea, Cote d'Ivoire, in the states, the companies there, but they are voting. Just take the necessary precautions that we are going because we plan that in our program so that when it doesn't end, we must make sure that the presidential election goes on as the schedule come 6th of December, inshallah.
Thank you.
How about, let's say, from yesterday, campaigns that they have been taking as an allegation that the NPP guys are working.
Our even complaint from the party leaders themselves that there was a problem. So I had to go myself, personally, to the police at Jaring to tell them to release the motorbike, let end the process in peace, and they agreed to release the motorbike. Because I think some of them can tell you more of that because he was directly dealing with them in that respect. But we went this morning to the police and the owner of the bike for them to release the bike, and that was done.
Thank you.
Nuko Kui Aliu Momanjai, the chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission, IEC, clarifying some of the issues that have been talked about within within the Nyamina West and Kerjarga, somehow struggling to understand what he was saying. There's COVID-19 boy. Yeah, because of the face mask. You hardly
saying, but from the Little I Grabs, as we're still experiencing COVID-19, and the journalist asks if, in case the Gambia is hit by a second wave of the pandemic, how are they going to conduct the presidential elections? And of course, from his response, this is a testing ground for them on how to go about with the 2021 presidential elections.
Yeah, I just only hope that we would pass this ban, with a very good score, so that we would know how to go about with the presidential election, because it's going to be a bigger challenge. It's going to be a difficult one. We have about 14 or 15 political parties in this country, but we'll get to that. Today we are talking about more of the by-elections in Nyamina West, and of course in Kerjarga. It's quite very interesting, and as I said, so the chairman there also IEC, I know they would have they would also be on top of issues and make sure that things are in order, because they are the referee and they're expected to be impartial in this, and then make sure that things are in order. All candidates are given equal the playing ground, and so that they would not be pinpointed by anybody for the issues like the GDC candidate have said earlier on. Yes, he have cleared the issues or whatever, but I know there will be much to say right after these elections today. So I know the IEC will be very cautious equally and make sure that things are on the right footing as far as these elections are concerned. And
as far as our knowledge is being updated, there is no violence that erupted at the moment, which is of course so encouraging.
What is happening especially in Nyamina West, the candidates are very close, and Nyamina is not as big as other areas, so they are all interrelated, intermarried. So I know it's politics, but they will be very much aware of that, and they will be cautious and would not allow, I think, politics to divide them. Yes, politicians have gone there, done their promises, said whatever they want to say, but then the onus lies on the hands of the citizens and the people of Nyamina West and Kirjalga to absolutely, to do what is expected is to vote and choose the person who they trust and think can do the job for them. And I think that is important. But going there and giving out promises and all that, that's another thing. That's politics, and it's part of what politics is all about. But in reality, we as people, as people in this country, we cannot be divided by politics, and I think everyone should understand that. And I just only hope that right after the elections, life will go on as normal. The people of Nyamina West would not give chance to violence, would not give chance to politics to divide them. They are all one people. You see, one thing people should also be very much careful, because no one thought by this time we would have been talking about by-elections in Nyamina West. But today, the person who was there has gone. And we will hold one day also meet him or whatever. So this is life. Sometimes I know we would be carried away and people will get onto issues, but whatever it is, we should be also cautious about our country and make sure peace will always reign no matter what.
Yeah, indeed. Interesting discussion and interesting atmosphere out there from our correspondents, feeding us with the latest development. But we will now go with a short break and be back in the next 3 hours rather, to go on and expand more on the by-elections ongoing in Nyamina West and Kirjarga. Amadou, can you feed our wall of viewers?
Thank you very much. Su ko defee mu ngi noonu comme ni ngeen ko gisee waxtaan bi xam naa dina continuer ci kanam tuuti, waaye dañoo jëlagum short break ñu xam ngeen ne comme benn waxtu mu ngi door a jot nañ dellusiwaat ci kanam tuuti ñëw ñu gën a yaatal waxtaan bi, waaye tamit dem jëlluwaat ci région si mooy ci Nyamina ak Kër Jarga seet situation bi naka la nekk di demee, waaye bu leen sori kon ni nga ko waxee woon lépp lu fa ruusee rek wala luy am te ci élection yi ñun ak yéen la incha allah ba ci kanam tuuti soxna su ko defee ñu jox gaay rendez-vous bi ci kanam rek ñu dellusiwaat incha allah. So mbaari ngool.
Come on, let's forget about that. We will go.
Okay.
All right.
Siki doomi réew nga am sa carte woote dem ci sànni kay keroog la si woote ngeen sànni seeni carte li moo di yoon te di tëralin mooy mën a wecci nguur si jàmm te bu doole li bépp doomi réew nga am sa carte sànni doomi réew mu ne tegoo li la war li si axi doomi réew la war a góorgóorlu ngir bés yi ñëw mën a gën bés yi ñu weesu kuy doomi réew tegoo li la war dina tax sa réew cëral la kon ànd ak Salim Bengue ak groupe sopp bàyyi la réew mi benn bopp la kenn mën a ko xaaj yow